Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram, where we let the sparks fly. We are coming to you live from the Good News Radio here in the land of Los Angeles. Today is Thursday, September 22nd. This episode is titled Aces Are Crowned WNBA Champions. Yes, they are.
We are the champions, my friends.
Yes, congratulations to the Aces. The Aces hit the jackpot, okay? And they are the 2022 WNBA Champions. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I did. Hey. Yes, I did. Okay, Becky Hammond and Asia Wilson claimed their first ring, and Chelsea Gray picked up her second ring. Okay, and they about to have some really big rings.
And I got a really big team, and they need some really big rings. They need some really nice things. Better be coming with no strings.
Better be coming with no strings, okay? They gonna get some really big rings. They not playing, okay? And listen, you already know that after game 4, they were popping them bottles of champagne.
Okay, we popping champagne like we won a championship game. Look like I got on a championship ring.
Okay, listen, they were not playing, and I cannot wait until the day that I can celebrate the Sparks winning a championship on this show. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a day. I can't wait for that. But until then, as of right now, I am going to celebrate the Aces, because as I've been saying throughout this entire playoffs, this was the Aces year, and now it is official. They had all of the ingredients of what it took to become a championship caliber team, and they delivered and made it all come true. So let's go ahead and look at this completed, okay, playoff bracket. Okay, as you can see, the Aces closed out their final series against the Connecticut Sun 3-1 in a best-of-5 series, and the Aces only lost 2 games. You can see it right there. They only dropped 2 throughout the entire postseason, and that's a testament to the players and the coaches and how Becky Hammond encouraged the players to buy in from day one. They were the best team. They are a very well-coached team, and they are very deserving of this championship and their success. Look at that. Swept the Phoenix Mercury in the first round right there, 2-0. Just dropped the first game in the semis against Seattle, and then they only lost game 3 last Thursday, and then they took the rest. Man, it was a great run for the Aces. And so this is the first championship for the Aces as well, and the Aces are one of the 8 original franchises. However, the Aces, it was not their original name. Okay, so they were originally called the Utah Stars. Okay, and this was their original name and logo. As you can see, it kind of resembles the Utah Jazz a little bit, but this is what they were originally called. Okay, as you can see, they spelled it Starzz. Okay, put a little pizzazz in there with the stars. And then they were the Utah Stars from 97 until 2002. And then they relocated to San Antonio, okay, where they were renamed the Silver Stars. Okay, and later they were just called Stars. They dropped the silver and they were just called Stars. But They were in San Antonio from 2003 until 2017. And see, this is the team that I remember. Okay, I remember the San Antonio Silver Stars. Okay, but then in 2018, that's when they became the Aces. They relocated to Las Vegas and they changed their name again to the Las Vegas Aces. And they've been the Aces ever since 2018. So with this chip, this is also the first championship for the city of Las Vegas. Okay, so this is the first major professional sports team to win a championship for Las Vegas. And Vegas, they have the WNBA Aces, they have the NFL Raiders, and they also have the NHL's Golden Knights. Okay, and the Aces and the Raiders are, of course, owned by Mark Davis, who was in attendance, by the way, on Sunday to receive the championship trophy to hand it over to the players to begin the celebration. But before the Aces celebrated their championship victory, okay, they endured a little trial and tribulation in game 3 last Thursday. And listen, the light was looking bright for the Sun in game 3. So the light was so bright that the Connecticut Sun avoided elimination with a 105-76 blowout win against the Aces to extend the series to a game 4. And the Sun were 3-0 before this game in elimination games, and after this game they were 4-0 in elimination games. And the Sun said, listen, okay, we'll get at least one. Okay, that's what they said. And I admit, I did not have much faith in them. I will be the first to admit it. I did not have faith in the Sun avoiding getting swept, okay, because of the way they came out in game 2. And listen, you saw it. You saw how they played. Oh my goodness, it was not looking good for them. But they made up for it in that performance in game 3 for sure. But I'm glad they proved me wrong and got a win and didn't get swept, because I'm glad I got to see a game 4 anyway. That's real. I wanted to see a game 4 anyway, so I'm glad that happened. And I'm glad the former MVP in Jonquel Jones didn't get the brooms brought out on her either. And I should have known that she wasn't going to allow her team to get swept. I should have known Jonquel Jones was, going to get at least a game, So as Monica would say, you should have known better. And you're right, Monica. I should have known better. But when you come at the Aces, you better come at them with your whole chest, okay? And as you can see, that's what they needed to do in order to avoid being eliminated by the Aces. And that's exactly what they did, okay? You got to come at them with everything you got, and the Sun were desperate. Okay, and I'm glad they didn't just lay down. They pushed the Aces. They really did. And they deserve to get that dub. They did. And the Sun, they said, keep the brooms at home. Okay, we don't need them. We don't need them. So I don't know what it is about my prediction sometimes, but sometimes I can be a game off. And and listen, that's okay. It is what it is, okay? It's the teams that I say are going to lose. I think what it is they hear me. I think they hear me and they say, all right, bet. Then they go out and win. I think that's really what happens. So I see myself as a motivating factor, okay, for teams. And last week I said that the Sun, they were going to have to step it all the way up. And that is exactly what they did. I also said that Bonner was going to have to step up, and Jonquel was going to have to lead her team. Okay, and they did that as well. So let's go down the list real quick. So I said they're going to have to get their players going offensively, okay, and that they're going to have to get them involved early, though. Okay, you got to get them involved early, all right? And so I said they're going to have to hit that middle, boom, that little sweet spot right there in the middle. They had to roll up that welcome mat, for them guards getting into the paint, because they just had it laid out there in game 2. Okay, so they had to roll that welcome mat up, okay, because Kelsey Plum was getting in there with no problems, okay? So, and also said that, they had to do all that. And guess what? They did just that. And in game 2, check this out. The Sun had 26 points in the paint with 4 second chance points. Okay. However, in game 3, the Sun had 64 points in the paint with 18 second chance points. So the Sun absolutely dominated from the inside. The Sun outscored the Aces 64-26 in the paint this game. And the Connecticut Sun set a WNBA Finals record with those paint points. And listen, if you're going to put up paint points like that, you're going to win the game. That's like a guaranteed dub right there. So it was truly a team effort, and that is exactly what it's going to take. That what it took to defeat the Aces. Yes, it did. And listen, Jonquel Jones, she showed up and dropped 20 of them things, okay? And I should have given more credit to Jonquel. All right, listen, I should have known, former MVP was going, going to show up and show out. But listen, the Sun played lights out last Thursday, and Alyssa Thomas scored the first triple-double in WNBA Finals history with 16 points, 15 rebounds, and 11 assists in Game 3. And Bonner also stepped it up with 18 points, okay? And a key adjustment by head coach Miller in this game was the defensive assignment that he gave to DeWanna Bonner in guarding Chelsea Gray. So Kurt Miller, he made the adjustment to put some size on Chelsea, and Bonner is 6'4" with a 7'4" wingspan. And Bonner she's skinny, she's very long, and Chelsea Gray, she's 5'11", okay? So Bonner has a lot of length on her. And of course, you can't stop Chelsea Gray, but Bonner, she was actually able to slow her down a little bit, okay? And Chelsea was still efficient in her shooting. However, she didn't shoot as many attempts as she was used to shooting. So Chelsea, she's been averaging 16.5 field goal attempts in the first 2 games, and she had only 7 in Game 3. So she had less than half. And Chelsea also had 0 field goal attempts in the second half. So she only had 11 points, which were the fewest that she has had this postseason. And Chelsea also had some of her passes denied by Bonner. Okay, and I'm going to show you. It looked a little something like this right here.
Bonner with the length. Bonner with the lay.
I'm going to replay that one more time just so you can hear the sound.
Wilson has had some success when Jonquel Jones has been her primary defender.
Bonner with the length. Bonner with the lay.
Yeah, so things like that were happening for the Aces. So the Sun, they got the ball out of Chelsea Gray's hands, and the Aces, they were rattled. The Sun, they went for the head. They swarmed and suffocated the Aces defensively. And even though Asia Wilson, she had 19 points, the Sun still made it uncomfortable for Asia as well defensively, to where she couldn't really get in a good rhythm. And now at first, the Aces, they were in control of this game. Okay. They came out aggressive. They were up 9-2 with 7 minutes and 45 seconds in the first quarter. But then Kurt Miller, he called a timeout. And then it was all downhill from there. Okay, so everything just started to go Connecticut's way. And the Sun literally took the game from the Aces. And as I was watching, it just seemed like everything that the Sun was putting up, it was going in. Everything was going right for the Sun, and it was a long night for the Aces. So much so that shots like this were going in for the Sun. Just, oh man, this was happening all night.
Just couldn't quite finish it. Jonquel Jones able to get to the O board.
Just open.
Hide him in. You bet.
Just open. Like, and see, yeah, so the Aces were slacking a little bit on defense, as you can see. Man, those shots were dropping all night for Connecticut. And then I said, what is going on? So then the Sun just started clowning the Aces with alleys like this right here.
Connecticut led by as many as 23 in the first half. Heidemann lobs it inside. Jones, 2 more. Jonquel.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm like, okay, y'all just clowning now. And at one point in the second quarter, the Sun led 41-19, and they went up by 22 points. But even still, the Aces came within striking distance and only trailed by 6 points late in the third quarter. So 75-69, they were right there. Okay, but the Sun ultimately held them off. And Becky Hammond said that Connecticut kicked their and that the Sun came in with a better mental approach. than they did. Okay, and this is what Becky had to say after the game.
No two ways about it.
This is what
They just kicked our ass in every way possible. There's no two ways about it. If there was a stat on mental toughness and physicality, they would have kicked us there too.
Just like that. Just like that. Okay, so the Aces, they took this L in the chin. Okay, because in game 4, they made sure that they came out with a different mentality. They made sure that they came out with a mentality that said, we want this game. Okay, so we are about to go put the butter on this biscuit, and we are going to close out this series. And the Aces got the last laugh. Yes, they did. Okay, and after the Aces got whipped in game 3, they came out, as I said, with a different mindset, and they came out seeing championship rings in their eyes. And then on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, the Las Vegas Aces hit the jackpot and closed out the final series with a 78-71 clinching championship victory over the Connecticut Sun. And as I said, this was the first championship for the Aces. So this was a big deal. This was a very huge deal, okay, especially for the Aces and for the city of Vegas itself. So Becky Hammon, she is the first rookie coach to win a championship. And Becky used to play for the San Antonio Silver Stars when she played in the W. Okay, now she made the finals in 2008 as a player, but she was unable to capture a chip in the 15 years as a player in the league. However, she was able to come back to her team that she used to play for and capture one as a coach. And I know there's a lot of talk about how the NBA passed her over and didn't hire her for a head coaching position. And will there be a female coach in the NBA one day? Maybe, maybe not. There is a difference between coaching men and coaching women. But one thing I do know is that Becky knows basketball and she can coach. She has proven that. And she has proven that she knows what she's doing. And my thing is, go where you're valued. Okay, the Aces saw her greatness from jump. They knew she was a head coach and they chose to invest in her. And now they are reaping the benefits, okay, from their investment. Now, if the NBA comes along with that bag, it may be a different story, okay? But I say stay where you are valued, and she has something special here in Vegas that she can continue to build with them. And plus, the WNBA deserves to have some great coaches too in their league. Okay, we deserve to have some great coaches here as well. Okay, but before the game, Becky Hammon said Chelsea Gray was going to be a beast. And Chelsea proved her coach right. And she came out beasting. So much so that Chelsea Gray was crowned the finals MVP, and rightfully so. So the finals MVP and Chelsea Gray had a game high of 20 points. And she shot an efficient 9 for 13 from the floor on 69% shooting. And Asia Wilson capped off her season with another double-double to go for 11 points and 14 rebounds. Oh, but check out the X factor, though, in Raquana Williams. My God, was she clutch. She finished the game with 17 points and showed up when the Aces needed her most in crunch time. But not only did she end the game on a high note, she also started off that way as well. So let's see exactly how the Aces closed out game 4 on the road to claim their first WNBA championship with this shot by Raquana Williams. Let's check it out.
Mark of this first, they haven't scored in almost 5 minutes. Williams given space, will take and hit from 3. A nice start for Las.
Hey, she started off the game hitting. Okay, so the Aces, they jumped out to a 10-point lead from the gate. They started off strong and they went up 16 to 6. Okay, at around 2 minutes in the first quarter, and then they went on a 12-0 run. Okay, so Raquana Williams, as you can see, she started off the game hitting threes, and she finished the game hitting threes, okay, which I'm about to show you in just a second. And also, Chelsea Gray, she was double teamed, but listen, she was making the right passes, and as a point, that's definitely something that you got to be on your toes about. Check this out.
With hits of their own.
You feel like we have two hitters.
I do.
Oh, Gray threads the needle. Extra pass. Wilson, beautiful offense as Stokes finishes.
So she made the extra pass, and as you can see, Chelsea got trapped right there, and she made the right pass to Asia. Asia finds Kia Stokes with the extra pass down low with nobody home. Nobody was home for the easy two to put the Aces up by 10. And listen, Chelsea, she making the right play right there, and it all starts with Chelsea, though. It all starts with her. So when the Sun double her, she has to make the right pass to her teammates, because listen, somebody's open. If somebody is doubling me, if they are doubling me, somebody is open. So now her teammates, they just have to go and finish, and that's what they did right here. And the Aces, that's what they do. Yeah, I got to keep the ball moving. Okay, but listen, this block, I have to show you this block, because it made me do that. So check out this block on Jonquel did on Asia.
And a missed opportunity from the Sun. Here's Wilson finding an angle and then finding the right.
Listen. This was just a great block by Jonquel right here. This is the kind of block that makes you just go, damn. Okay, like listen, Jonquel is 6'6", and she for sure defended the paint right here. Okay, but listen, check this out. So at halftime, the Aces were up 30-28. Okay, at the half, and it was a very, very low scoring first half. And really, this was a game of runs as well. Yes, it was. So the Aces, they went on a 12-0 run in the first quarter. Then the Sun went on a 9-0 run in the second quarter. So yeah, the Aces went 12-0 in the first. Then the Sun went 9-0 to start the second quarter. Then the Aces went on a 9-0 run. Then it was a 10-0 run right before halftime by Connecticut. But listen, check out this move that Chelsea Gray did on multiple defenders right here.
Gray trying to work Bonner. Gray, the hezzy, the swivel, the
listen. Chelsea Gray, she made a nice drive, and listen, that was actually, that was a coast to coast. I cut it short, but yeah, she came down the floor with that. Okay, and listen, she is the most important player on the Aces. She has proven that, especially by winning the Finals MVP. Okay, so listen, to start the fourth, instead of Dewana Bonner guarding Chelsea Gray, Alyssa Thomas started guarding Chelsea now out of the timeout. Okay, so Aces went with a small lineup, and the Sun went with a big lineup. And so Connecticut, actually, they decided they went big in the fourth quarter. Okay, so now I want you to check out where the Sun were actually trying to come back a little bit right here, and Brianna Jones was just open. This was way too easy for the Sun right here. She right there in the circle. Nobody's home. Nobody's there. And now they only down by one. Now Connecticut is only down by one. That was a way too easy bucket for Bree Jones right here at the free throw line in the circle. Yeah, and so the Aces are nowhere in the vicinity. So Sun made it a 1-point game, and see, Chelsea actually, she got caught down low too deep. And so the Aces got caught being late on the rotation, and Brianna Jones put the Sun within one. It was 6:24. What was it? Was 6 something left to go. And if I'm Becky Hammond, I call a timeout too, because that was just too easy. But then it happens again. What are they doing?
Had a look, didn't take it. Now Thomas looking for help. 2 to shoot. Jones got it to go.
The same thing happened, except now it was on the other side. Okay. They just let her wide open right there in the circle again, and there's no way she should have been not that wide open, not once, but twice. Okay, so then Courtney Williams won a little piece of the action. Yes, she did. So Courtney Williams actually put the Sun up by 2 right here.
Ten to shoot. Williams got it to go.
With 2:20 left.
Sun in front. drop a dime.
Sun was up 69-67 with 2:20 left in the game. But listen, Raquana Williams, though, she said, I'm about to call all that noise down. Watch me work. Watch me work right here.
Williams sneaks away, will fire, and hit! What a big three! Raquana Williams puts the Aces back in front.
That was huge. Raquana said, okay, I need y'all to get ready and count them down, okay, because that's one. She said, that's one, okay, and guess what? Raquana said, another one. Another one.
Sun by one. Williams alone. You bet!
Raquana said, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me? She said, listen, she was heating up right there. She was just heating up right there. But then she was not done. She wasn't done.
Shot clock is at 7. Williams on the attack. Step back jumper is good.
Oh, my goodness.
Raquana Williams is taking over.
Oh, my goodness. So she put the Aces up by 4, 75-71. Raquana said, who gonna stop me? She said, they can't stop me, even if they stopped me. Okay, she scored the Aces' last 8 points up until this point and made the Sun call a timeout. Okay, listen, what makes this Vegas team special on the floor is that at any given moment, if someone's shot is off, then there is another player who can step up and hit those big shots as well. Okay, listen, it just is what it is. And listen, when we come back from this commercial break, because we about to go to commercial very, very quickly, okay, but I don't want you to go anywhere because I have so much more to show you. So much more to show you. Okay, so listen, do not go anywhere because listen, the Aces got these big rings and I'm going to show you exactly how they got these rings, okay, when we come back. So right here, keep it parked on Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram. We'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? This is Rix.
Yo, this is Rennie.
What up, Doger in the building?
What's good, family? This is Jesse, and this is
Brown Wealth Radio. And make sure to catch us on TGN Latinx every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific.
To be specific.
Sundays just got sweeter. The Hub Radio presents First Sundays Open Mic, hosted by Hub City Dre, DJ Gamma Ray, and the First Sundays Band. They're inviting all singers, rappers, comedians, and poets to show up and show out. Sign-ups begin at 6 p.m. Sundays Open Mic will take place every first Sunday of the month. It's just $10 before 8 p.m. and $20 after, so arrive early. The address is 1135 East Compton Boulevard. That's 1135 East Compton Boulevard in Compton, California. For more information, follow them on IG at First Sundays Open Mic.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you The Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, it's the Primos Chidos.
Hopefully you're enjoying this show, but if it sucks, be sure to check out our show, live Thursdays at 12.
Yeah, join me and my sister and basically my brother as we discuss everything from immigration to ejaculation.
If that sounds interesting, then we're the show for you.
Warning, the following podcast features discussion of sensitive topics, graphic content, and uncensored stupidity. Unless otherwise stated, the featured content is not discussed by professionals or experts. TGN and the Primos Chilos must advise against taking anything said on this program too seriously. Viewer discretion is advised.
Emmanuel Jones, also known as Zach, the original Black Ranger. Hey, and make sure you're checking out TGN Radio. Hey.
Peace, family, brother Reza. I'm here. You already know I'm checking in with TGN Radio, Black owned, so you already know that's where I'm at. Tap in.
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net. Hey, Michael, that's a dope-ass shirt. What is that?
You know what it is. I only rock the Flyers gear, and the Flyers gear can be found with TGN Radio.
Where did you get it?
TGN Radio.
Make sure y'all do the same. Go get your TGN merch. Enjoy your show.
What's up? It's Brandon from the Primos Chilos radio show. Are you tired of filthy, lowbrow, scummy entertainment? Well, I don't have the solution for you. Check out the Primos Chilos radio show, live Thursdays at 12 on TGN Latinx.
Are
Welcome back to Sparks Weekly with Bree and Ingram. Yes, indeed. And right now we are covering the game 4 of the WNBA Finals. And where we left off is that I was just saying, okay, how what makes this Aces team very special is that at any given moment, one of their players can just step up and take over at any given moment. Okay, for instance, Kelsey Plum, she's been off usually throughout like the whole finals, but you know she ended up showing up in game 2 for sure. But listen, Raquana Williams came in and carried the load, and that's what a great team does. They have that next woman up mentality. Yes, they do. And I'm gonna show you right here, okay, and how Kelsey Plum put the dagger in to the Connecticut Sun right here. Right here, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Plum calling for Williams. 5 to shoot. Plum on the attack. Stops and hits. Kelsey
Dagger
Plum makes it a 6-point
Dagger
Vegas lead.
Listen, 6-point lead. Okay, and as you can see there by Raquana Williams, she had the hot hand, so they are no longer doubling her. Okay, they're no longer doubling the point. Okay, they weren't doubling Kelsey Plum, and so they actually were leaving Williams open. Okay, they're no longer doing that. They were not leaving Williams open. So Heidemann continues to defend Williams, and this frees up Kelsey Plum to drive one-on-one on Courtney Williams. And Plum, she's a lefty, so she drives left to her strong side, and she gets to that sweet spot. So she drops on a dime and pulls up, and she hits the shot for an easy 2 and the dagger to put the Aces up by 6, 77-71 with 25.5 seconds left on the clock. Easy money. Easy money just like that. And check out the Aces celebration at the end of the game.
Williams lets it fly, can't hit. Wilson the rebound, and this season has come up Aces. The city of Las Vegas has its first major professional title.
Oh man,
the Las Vegas Aces, your 2022 WNBA Champions.
Yes, indeed. This was a great sight to see. And of course, Chelsea Gray was named Finals MVP, and she was definitely my Finals MVP pick as well. She was my choice for that award. And she is literally the unstoppable. Okay, you can't stop her even if you tried. Okay, so they slowed her down a little bit in game 3. But listen, like any great player does, they adjust. She said, okay, I see what y'all doing, and this is what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so and last week, Chelsea Gray, she was asked how her basketball IQ separates her in big moments. And Chelsea said that she thinks what separates her is her willingness to be great and wanting to make her teammates better. And this is evident in her play. And the way she plays is a testament to that, because she is great and she does make her teammates around her that much better. And Chelsea Gray, listen, she goes the extra mile. Okay, she not only makes the open easy shots. She also knocks down the contestant hand all in the face shots. And listen, she can be Steph Curry, okay, when she wants to. When she be knocking down shots, she be falling on the floor, getting the and ones from the threes, making 4-point plays. Listen, I've been showing you that all playoffs, okay? So where the defender is literally all over her, and it doesn't matter. She gets knocked down on the floor. Her shot is still money. Okay, it's unbelievable. And in my eyes, Chelsea is the most deserving. She has been unreal this whole postseason. Not only has she been unreal, but her clutch shooting has been out of this world. She has delivered in moments where her team has needed her most. Okay, and I'm glad that was not overlooked. Okay, you want the ball in her hands at the end of the game. She is the engine of this team. She gets her team going. Okay, she gets her team going. And listen, it's bad enough that she wasn't named an All-Star this year. Okay, but listen, she just went back in the lab and she said, okay, listen, I'm gonna show y'all why I'm an All-Star. But that's a crime that she wasn't an All-Star, and it's a crime in itself. But listen, she said, don't even worry about it because I got Finals MVP. Okay, so she's been on another level. And even though, she used to be a spark, I try not to think about it because I'll just get angry. I'll just get angry. But I'm really happy for Chelsea Gray. She's been the best player this whole postseason. And I'm just glad that Chelsea Gray is being recognized in the way that she deserves. Okay. And I wasn't worried or anything after the Aces lost game 3, but I would have gotten a little nervous if they would have lost game 4. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay. So because then it's like, well, wait a minute, baby. Okay, the Sun got the momentum, and you don't give a team that has been counted out too much confidence. Okay, because in game 5, literally anything can happen. Anything can happen, and so I'm glad the Aces closed out the series in game 4, and they got that sweet victory on the road. Okay, and I said the Aces would win game 3, and they actually ended up winning game 4. Okay, so last week I said the Aces would get a win on the road and win it. And if it wasn't going to be game 3, then it was going to be game 4. Okay, so 4 turned out to be the magic number. Okay, and I figured they weren't going to win it in front of their home crowd in Vegas, but that's all right. That's all right because they got to get that sweet victory on the road that Coach Pop was talking about in the locker room. Okay, after game 4. And they got to have the parade in Vegas on Tuesday in front of their home fans. And speaking of parade, the Aces took over the Strip, okay, on Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. That's when it was. And the parade started from Caesar's Palace, and they went to and ended at Bellagio. And of course, it was the first major pro sports title parade in Vegas. And speaking of which, Asia Wilson, she gave some strict guidelines, yes, for the Aces fans attending the parade festivities.
Tuesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Be there or be square. If you ain't 4 shots in, don't come. Stay at the house. Children, drink some ginger ale. Pop ginger ale. Drink responsibly. Don't be crazy now. But Usher, I better see you, Usher. I'm not playing with you. Usher, I better see you, Usher.
Hey, listen, Asia had spoken, okay? Those were the rules. You heard the rules. Listen, she had her bases covered. She covered the adults. She covered the kids. And listen, Usher, he know he should have popped up at the parade one time. Listen, Usher's right there in Vegas doing his residency. He was personally invited by Asia herself, okay? Like, come on now, he should at least made an appearance, at least one, like you right there, congratulate him or something. And listen, he definitely should have showed up, especially after Sid Colson and Nneka Hamby, after they tweeted this. Okay, so Sid said at Usher, hashtag you make me want to invite you to get on our Aces bus today for this championship parade, and hashtag you don't have to call, just pull up. Okay, and then Nneka quote tweeted and said, hashtag yeah, gonna be 12 bad girls at the red light, so follow me at Usher. And listen, as a day one Usher fan, this really made my day, okay? This wordplay, the double entendres, as someone who not only knows the Confessions album word for word in itself, that's right, that's me. 8701 is also my album, but Confessions, that's my favorite right there. Okay, listen, I know all these songs, okay? These are classics, okay? And these references, it was just a beautiful sight to see. And listen, and how they were used in these tweets just made me extremely happy. They were set up perfectly, and I see what they did there. I see what they did there. That's what you call perfection, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And also, ESPN, they showed some footage of the Aces parade, okay, which I'm about to show you. I'm about to pull that up for you in a quick little second. Okay. So listen, it was a party, but listen, so we have the big three making their entrance to the parade stage right here. All right. Kelsey Plum came out. Hey. Okay, and we got the finals MVP right there, Chelsea Gray. Hey, tell me when to go. Hey, and we got the MVP of the league, Asia Wilson. Hey. Listen. Hey, it was a party. I just remembered that. So they were all MVP. So Kelsey Plum had the MVP of the All-Star game, and Chelsea Gray had the Finals MVP, and Asia had the MVP of the league. So they were all MVPs in their own right. Okay, but listen, it's just what they do. It was a party. It was a party, and I was watching the IG live of the parade, and there was a lot of people in the crowd too. And check out the crowd for the turnout of the parade. Look at all those people. That's Hey, that's a lot of folks right there. That's a lot of folks, and that's a lot of people right there. It was a great turnout. Vegas showed up and showed out, so it was good for the city of Vegas to show up for their first ever championship parade. Vegas really supports their sports teams too, and it also means a lot that they showed up for their women as well. And it also doesn't help that the Aces are really good too. Listen, they are. And with that being said, listen, Kelsey Plum, she had a message for the crowd. Let's check out what she had to say.
Hey Vegas, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for coming out. I love y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. This is a long time coming, and I just want to let you guys know. I want to let you guys know that this is just the beginning. We just getting started.
Okay, listen, here's the thing. The Aces are special, okay? They have a great organization over there in Vegas. And this is what happens when you invest in your team. Mark Davis, who is the owner of the Aces and the Raiders, but he really invested in this Aces team. And that's what happens when you do invest. You reap the rewards and the benefits. Okay, Mark Davis, he invested in the team by investing in Becky Hammon as their head coach. By dropping $1 million for her to coach this team, he put his money where his mouth was and made Hammon the highest paid coach in WNBA history. Okay, and this is something that my Sparks need to do. We need to invest in our team. We need to invest in a head coach because we currently have a head coaching vacancy, and that should be the number one priority for the Sparks. And of course, we have to name a GM as well, because that position is also vacant. But once we fulfill the coaching and GM roles, then we can build our roster and really start the investment in our coaches and our players. Because as the Aces have just proven, what I've already known is that once you invest in your team, you are only going to reap the benefits of your investment. You got to put the time in, okay? You got to put the work in, and of course, you got to put the money in, okay? And the Aces up the ante, as I said, and dropped $1 million on Becky Hammond's head, okay? But listen, what are the Sparks going to do? Okay, Magic is the owner of the team. We got some money, so I know we got some money. Okay, we got some money to spend, so let's spend it and put it towards a coach that's going to take us somewhere to a place where we are used to being. Okay, and I'm going to start off slow. Okay, I'm just going to say, get us back to the playoffs, get us back there first. Okay, and then we can go from there. And we, as the Sparks, once upon a time, we were a great organization. Yes, we were. Okay, I remember those days. Yes, I do. And now we have to work our way back to that. It's not impossible. We just have to hire the right personnel to rise us back into prominence to where we used to be. Okay, so listen, now on to some WNBA news. Okay, so the All-WNBA First and Second Teams were announced, okay? Last Thursday, right before Game 3, they were announced. They were announced on the WNBA Finals pregame show on ESPN Countdown. Okay, so remember, the All-WNBA First and Second Teams, they were positionless, meaning that the voters did not have to vote for just 2 guards, 2 forwards, and 1 center. Okay, so the voters could vote for whoever they wanted to vote for. Okay, it didn't matter what position the players were. They could have chose all guards if they wanted to. Okay, so here's the first team. Okay, so the players who were selected for the 2022 All-WNBA First Team were A'ja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Candace Parker. Okay, yes, indeed. And there's a lot of talk of if A'ja should be the face of the league. And with Sue retiring and Taurasi getting older, we need new faces. And A'ja Wilson should definitely be one of the faces of the league. And not just a new face, but we also need Black women who are the faces of this league to represent the Black women who comprise the majority of this league within itself. A'ja is marketable. She has personality. She's a winner, and now she's a champion. So without a doubt, A'ja should definitely be one of the faces of the league. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at the players who are selected for the All-WNBA Second Team. Okay, so we have Alyssa Thomas, Sabrina Ionescu, of course, Nneka Ogwumike, Jonquel Jones, and Sylvia Fowles. Okay, and of course, Nneka made a team. There was no doubt in my mind that she wasn't going to make an All-WNBA team. Okay, so shout out to all these players, and of course, a special shout out to Nneka Ogwumike. All right, so the WNBA season is over officially, but guess what? Basketball doesn't sleep, ladies and gentlemen, and I love it because the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup is upon us, and it is taking place in Australia for 10 days. They started play yesterday on Wednesday, on September 21st, and they will play through October 1st. Now, what exactly is FIBA? So FIBA is international play. It's similar to the Olympics. Okay, so some of the best players from the WNBA come together and assemble a team to play against other countries. So FIBA takes place every 4 years, just like the Olympics takes place every 4 years, but they do not coincide with each other. Okay, so FIBA takes place like in between the Olympics, okay? And they usually are 2 years before the Olympic Games take place. Okay, so for instance, the next Olympics will be in Paris in 2024, and right now FIBA is in 2022. So 2 years apart, okay? So here is this year's finalized FIBA Team USA Women's World Cup basketball roster. Okay, so as we can see here, we have Ariel Atkins, Shakira Austin, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Jones, Benijah Laney, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Alyssa Thomas, and Asia Wilson. Okay, so this is the finalized roster for the players who are to compete for Team USA. And of course, a lot of players who were just playing against each other in the playoffs are now on the same team. And this is looking like a nice little squad we have here. Okay, and Cheryl Reeve, who is the Minnesota Lynx's head coach, she is serving as the head coach for Team USA. And Spark forward Katie Lou, she was initially on the training camp roster, as I reported, I think like a couple weeks ago. She was on the training camp roster, but she didn't. It looks like she didn't really make the cut. But that's all right, because as far as the team goes, just by looking at the roster, we should definitely take gold, and we better. Okay, and so opening day for the FIBA World Cup was yesterday, as I said, on Wednesday, and Team USA had their first game against Belgium on ESPN Plus, and USA won by 15 points with a score of 87-72. And I was watching this game yesterday, and a lot of the players were just, as I said, they were playing in the playoffs, just recently, and so it's not like they have a lot of rust to dust off. Okay, but as a whole, the team looks ready to go. Okay, and yesterday Team USA, they played with 9 out of their 12 players as they await for the remaining 3 players to fulfill their WNBA duties. And these 3 players are, you guessed it, the Aces players. So they are Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and Kelsey Plum. And they are still celebrating their championship. They're still celebrating, but they'll be joining the team soon. Okay, so Team USA also plays again today, where they take on Puerto Rico at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN. And let me tell you, Arella Garantes, who is a former Spark herself, is over there balling for Puerto Rico. As you can see right here, she is the top performer. Okay, if top performing efficiency per game with 36. Okay, points. They only had a game, but she put up 26 points. Okay, in the first game, so she doing her thing. We also have a few USA players over here doing their thing as well. Alyssa Thomas is second in the top and as a top performer. We have Alyssa Thomas, who is leading the assists per game with 9. We also have Ariel Atkins over here in third with 6. We have Brianna Stewart, Stewie over here, who is second in points per game. So listen, we doing our thing over there, okay? And then Team USA plays China tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN Plus. I had to restart my ESPN Plus subscription just for this. I said I'm definitely watching these games. So listen, there are 12 teams competing, and the winner of this competition gets an automatic bid to the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. Okay, so they're automatically in for the Olympics, whoever wins the FIBA competition. Okay. All right. So remember, of course, I'm going to keep you updated on these games, on FIBA, on all of that. All right. So now, last episode, I announced that LA Spark Nneka Ogwumike was inducted into the Stanford Hall of Fame a couple of Saturdays ago. And so we kind of ran out of time a little bit, but we got a little bit more time today. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of that and just give her some more of her accolades. Give her accolades. I couldn't really go in depth, but guess what? We got time today. Okay, so I want to give her due diligence. And Nneka, she also served as an honorary captain for Stanford for their football game before their game against USC. And here are some of her accolades. So Nneka Ogwumike, she was the Stanford Athletics Hall of Fame class of 2022 inductee. She is a 3-time All-American, 2-time Pac-12 Player of the Year. She led Stanford to 4 straight conference championships, 4 Final Fours. She is the number one. She was the number 1 overall in the overall selection in the 2022 WNBA draft. She is a WNBA champion, MVP, 7-time All-Star, and she was named to the W25 as one of the top 25 players in WNBA history. So listen, congratulations to Nneka Ogwumike. Okay, this was a much deserved honor. Okay. Also, some more WNBA news. Head coach Vicki Johnson and the Dallas Wings parted ways on Monday, and the Wings opted not to exercise the team option on her contract. So now there are 3 head coaching vacancies. They are the Dallas Wings, the Indiana Fever, and our Los Angeles Sparks. Now, hopefully, we get the best coach out of the 3. Okay, listen, we need it. We need it. All right. So, listen, so this was a big story last Tuesday. So the Phoenix Sun and Phoenix Mercury owner Robert Sarver was suspended by the NBA for a year for violating workplace standards. And Sun Vice Chairman Sam Garvin has been appointed as interim governor. Okay, so according to The Athletic, after an investigation, it was found that he fostered a toxic and a hostile work environment. So he was also suspended from the Phoenix Mercury, which he owns as well, and he was fined $10 million, and he must complete a training program focused on respect and appropriate workplace conduct. It was reported that he made racially insensitive comments, that he made sex-related and inappropriate comments about physical appearance of females, and that he made inappropriate physical conduct towards men and engaged in harsh treatment. So this investigation included interviews with 320 people and had an evaluation of 80,000 documents. Okay, but listen, $10 million, that's in a year suspension. That's kind of like a slap on the wrist. Okay, like, come on now. He only suspended for a year, but however, it was on Wednesday reported that he will be selling both teams. Okay, so it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, but we about to get up out of here very, very soon. All right, it's about that time. So listen, this has been a really good WNBA season as far as talent goes. I am very excited for the future. Now that the WNBA is officially over, I can focus on my Sparks. Remember, I have a new segment called The Breakdown. Okay, congratulations to the Aces again. This has been Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram. Hey, I'll see you next week.